The MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Fantasy. Brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5, $50 in bonus funds. Use promo code MLB SGPN. And welcome everybody to the MLB Gambling Podcast here on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. It is currently Monday morning, September 1st. Time does fly. Can't believe it's already September. I'm your host, Scott Reichel, once again joined by the Roseberg. Together we're going to break down our favorite props for the Monday card. Yes, I know there was college football on. Yes, I know the NFL season does start in a couple days. There is still baseball going on. So we have some props that we're going to talk about, same as usual, but three props each, joined by Adam again. Adam, what's up? How's it going?
It's good. I'm just looking at my schedule here and noticing what I got to do for the rest of the week. Yeah, it was really good. Your boom mic, by the way, is in your shot. You know that, though. You ditched me on Friday.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Just came out of the gate. 3 a.m. text. I'm going to park.
Yeah, I realized it wasn't realistic. Not to mention the fact that my friend and I might have gotten back from the casino at like 3 a.m. And on top of that,
we don't have to call his name. We can say Sam L. You know what? That's too out. We'll call him S Lang. It's fine. It's
fine. He was my original co-host on the tennis show, so we called him.
Was he really?
Yeah. So he went by the name of Sam Jacob on that show.
Oh, okay.
That's not Jewish. There we go. Either way, the point is he was playing some 2-5, and he ended up staying for a long time. So either way, it wasn't realistic. But on top of that, I did record a tennis episode that night, and it was pretty laggy. So I didn't want to potentially cause any problems with the actual recording. So either way, point is, apologies, Friday didn't work out, but the point is we're back now. So there you go. Plus, I have an announcement to make, which I talked about previously on the show, but I'll mention it once again. We are not only a baseball prop duo, we're doing the NFL.
It's official.
Season. So
it's official. We got renewed.
Technically, it's going to be under the prop cast. It will not be on, of course, the MLB Gambling Podcast feed, but every Thursday, we're going to be doing player props for the NFL. So we're going to stick with the same format, probably going to do 3 props each, underdog entry at the end, the usual, but there will be an NFL prop show with the two of us. So that's the main piece of news that I want to share with the people.
Why my camera got all blurry because of that. I want everyone to know that this is because of people like Joe Dollar and Jason and the guy who says he's at the curb and the guy who's
skills
and the guy whose Twitter handle is just dots. Ellipse or whatever. All those guys basically made Scott and I look really good because you can't cancel the guys who have like the bump in chat going on. That's just, and look, whatever we had as our Dean Kramer Israel cap, which by the way cashed again on Friday.
Yeah, it was really bad last start. Yes, it did.
It was really, really bad last start, and Israel announced that they invaded like Syria. So there's that. We will find that for the NFL. Big also shout the last couple of days to Brandon Nimmo and Brandon Lowe. Huge days, because obviously, as we know, Trump had big days. They had big days. I'll check that. Let me check that news actually today. I don't think today is going to be a big Trump day. Yeah, no, today's not a big Nimmo day. Today's not a big Lau day. So, I think Lau had 2 grand slams this weekend, or he had a grand slam, and then
sounds right, but there were also
I think he had 2.
There were 7 different. One of them in the league. So
Brandon's the.
Yeah. I know Brandon's the one. I'm just saying.
Brandon literally gave a Nazi salute when he had hit a double last year after. I
wasn't sure if it was the same guy who had the 2.
That's the same guy.
But I think it was.
For those that are just joining, the caps are if Dean Kramer's starting, look at Israel, and if Israel does a net new military operation, you fade Dean Kramer. Also, they flew across the country. That was such a terrible spot.
Terrible.
It was I will always back it up with data, but that was an awful spot.
Yeah.
2, and then with the Brandon Lau and Brandon Nimmo, if Trump has a great day, you do that. If Trump has a bad day, you fade them. Yep.
Yeah. So there you go. That's the geopolitical caps that we have so far for the season. But yeah, anyway, we got NFL coming up on Thursday, so that should be fun. Anyway, before we get into any of our props for the MLB card on Monday, a reminder that we have a free roll contest in the NFL because it's free to enter, picking every game ATS, $3,000 first place, $4,000 though if you're a member of the Patreon. Enter at sportsgamble.com/free roll. Plus, we have a nice discount code on the merch store because of the NFL season. You get 25% off everything in the merch store with the code football. So make sure to check out the merch store, MLB Gambling Podcast, Tennis Gambling Podcast, NBA Gambling Podcast, Propcast. Once again, make sure you check out all of the different merch that we have on the network. But check out the merch store. Use the code football to get 25% off everything in the merch store. Plus, a reminder, we have a Survivor contest for the upcoming season. SGPN just launched the Survivor contest, $100 winner take, or it's $100 entry, winner take all at sportsgamepodcast.com/survivor, sportsgamepodcast.com/survivor to enter the contest. Anyway, starting off with our props for the card here on Monday. Adam, what do you like as your first player prop for the card?
Okay. So I have my football ones here too. By the way, shout out CJ Sullivan. He's got stuff he and I agree on. We labbed a little bit.
A lot of ladders.
A lot of ladders. Okay, we're going to go with Hunter Green under 17.5 outs. Toronto is the best right-handed hitting team in the majors. They didn't have a really good weekend.
They salvaged the last game, but it was still
last game, but our Yankees AL East looks great. Look, opposing righties are 2 and 4 under their outs in their last 6. They don't K a lot, so that gets the pitch counts up. Also, Hunter Green's only gone 6 twice since May. I understand he was hurt for a while. He has gone in 2 of his last 3. But this Reds team has to kind of figure out if they're still in it or not. I think they're dead. I think they DOA'd this weekend because the Mets got so hot. So,
well, did they? I thought the Mets didn't do well over the weekend. Miami did pretty well against them. The Reds no-showed the entire last week. But,
the Reds have no-showed the entire quote-unquote chase.
The Mets haven't exactly been playing that well lately, but it hasn't mattered because the Reds can't win a damn game. So
Mets are 6 and 4, and they're Reds are 2 and 8 in their last.
That's what I'm saying. The Reds have fallen apart. The Mets have done enough to create space, but the Reds have just
same
not
run differential. By the way,
they just haven't even shown up to the actual race.
Reds are 4 games out of the wild card.
That's what I'm saying. Is that I think it's more the Reds being terrible and the Mets being very good. But yeah,
sure. Either way, the end result.
The Reds have showed the entire challenge. Another 4 games behind.
End result is true. So okay. Anyway, point is, I just don't think that they're gonna push him. I don't think they need to push him. Even if they're in it, they got to do a couple other things. It's a guy who's been hurt. He hasn't done it a bunch. So we're gonna go with the under 100 Green. Outs 17.5. Do you want some other things that are kind of fun with him? Let's take a look at Mr. Hunter Green. Hang on. Hunter Green is okay. So this is a home game. He did go over against the Phillies. He is under though, and since it starts, he's over in 2 of his 3 starts since he came back. But again, I'm just reading the tea leaves on. If this was a higher K rate team, I would not worry as much, but they don't. So the pitch counts go up. So yeah, give me 100 Green under.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with a couple pitching props as well. I'm going to start off with a Strider fade. I'll go with the under 5.5 strikeouts. It's at plus money at plus 116. You're looking at Strider's numbers, and he's been pitching a little bit better lately. However, these strikeouts have not been there at all. In fact, he struck out less than 4 guys in 4 of his last 5 starts. His number, once again, in order to beat this prop, is 6. He's had less than 6 strikeouts in 6 of his first 9 road starts this season. And over the past 4 weeks, the Cubs have the 9th lowest K rate in the league against righties. I understand that you're looking at Strider, who has been pitching better, and I get that he's dangerous because, occasionally he can revert back to what he used to be, which is striking out a bunch of guys. It has just not been there recently. So if you want him to basically double his strikeout input for the last, or strikeout output for the last, 3-4 starts, I'll dare him to do so. But it's going to be in Chicago, in Wrigley. I question if Strider goes distance. I question if he'll be good here. Maybe the pitch count gets high. Who knows? But he went 7 innings last start, I believe. Still struck out only 3 guys. I think that 5.5 is a massive number. And under at plus money is appealing to me. Give me the under 5.5 strikeouts on Strider at plus 116. Thoughts?
Strider stinks. He should be closing.
I just think that strikeout number is way too high for a guy that has not approached that number within the last month. I think that's kind of insane. So that's my thoughts. I get he has good stuff, but
remind me again. Hold on.
They're in Wrigley. And Chicago, we know, is good offensively at home, but either way.
I don't see the K rates here for this one at all. Like on the Cubs side. Like I agree. I completely agree.
Against righties in K rate for the
last
month,
I totally agree. Let me actually look on this.
While we're not making a sweat, I could see him finishing around 5, but plus 116 on the under. I think that's a great deal.
Yeah, I'm not. I completely agree with you on this one. Let me just look at this too.
So,
see if
Michael.
Let me see if could Michael Busch be hitting.
Didn't Busch have a triple like yesterday or like a couple days ago?
He may have. Let me just look at something with. Busch might homer today.
Okay.
Just so you know, as I'm looking,
we can save that for the Platonics section.
We'll save it for Platonics. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm going to go with the Strider fade as my first prop. I'll ask you though, what's going to be your second prop for the show?
All right. Well, there's one other player that is part of that contingency of, or the contingent, I should say, of guys that I base my cap based off of Trump. This guy's hitting 400 since the big beautiful bill passed, but he's been pretty bad the last couple weeks to the point where they're bringing up. Phillies brought up a third catcher so that they can give him a few. Extra relief here. Sorry. I also see Joe and the Cubs don't K much. Yeah, we were just looking at the Handigraphs last 30 plate appearance data. Like, there's nobody in there. It's a really bad K matchup. Anyway, the point of this is we're gonna go JT Realmuto no hits at plus 155 against Miz. I don't think Miz is going deep, but JT has one of the longer, slower swings. So he basically either hits a home run or nothing. I'll take my chances here. He has 6 hits in his last 42 plate appearances, and 3 of those are home runs. 1 hit in his last 20 plate appearances. It was a home run, by the way. So I actually expect him first plate appearance to K against Miz. And like I said, they brought up Stubbs as a third catcher. That's going to spell a little bit of JT. Catchers perform the worst in the playoffs. This is a noted data-backed fact because of everything they do all year. He's got a 120 expected batting average in his last 5 games. So JT Realmuto, no hits. I think that there's a chance that he kind of gets. This is a bad Philly spot. He may not even start, but it's a bad Philly spot.
Off the Sunday night game, having to travel.
Yeah, they have off tomorrow though.
That's very weird.
Yeah,
is that like some teams play Labor Day, some teams don't? So they just give them a day off.
Maybe.
So, I have to imagine, but either way, it's still kind of weird.
So anyway, I'm gonna take the Realmuto no hits at plus 155.
Yeah. So before we get into my second prop for the show, spoiler, a play very similar to yours. Before we get into that, though, a reminder they're brought to you by our sponsor, MyBookie.ag. Whose bookie?
My bookie.
So they have a nice prop builder. If you want to bet on some football props, you could also use their platform to bet on a bunch of stuff. In fact, their motto is bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. Kind of sums it all up. Easy deposit and lightning fast payouts with crypto. And a reminder, when you actually sign up for your new account, use the code SGPN for 100% bet back bonus, $500 for new customers. I look at the G promo code SGPN. We're also brought by Rhythm. They have a lot of great options for different sports. They have models for baseball, WNBA, football, college football, golf, you name it. But they also have a brand new leaderboard with weekly cash prizes just for tracking your bets in the app. Track 5 bets of the same type from any model you build, and you can win $1,000. And a reminder, we also have a nice free 7-day trial with Rhythm. If you use the promo link, use the link sportscampbox.com/Rhythm to get your 7-day free trial. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finish going for the first couple props that we have for the show. Time to move on into my second prop for the show. You mentioned a Philly batter. You're going to fade against Miz by taking his no hits. I'll do the same thing with a guy who's been really, really bad lately. Give me Nick Castellanos. I'm going to go with his no hits at around plus 145. It's a great price. He's been objectively horrible for the last couple weeks. He has no hits in 14 of his last 19 games. He has no hits in 8 of his last 10 road games, and you're looking at Miz, who's pitching for Milwaukee. Might not go distance, but we know that he does limit the hit totals pretty well. The point is his hit props or hits allowed props at 3.5. It is juiced to the over, but you're not looking at many hits projected to be allowed by him. But you're looking at Castellanos. I'm sure you know this as a fan. I was in, once again, Pennsylvania over the weekend. A lot of Phillies fans in that Parks poker room. None of them like Castellanos. So that was one takeaway that I had when I was there. Phillies games were on TV a lot. They kept cursing at Castellanos for getting out every time he came to the plate. I feel like that's a pretty good summary of how Phillies fans feel about Castellanos right now. He might stink. We'll see. But give me Castellanos, no hits, a plus 145.
Yeah, there's also just he's being a baby about it too. They have a true rotation, but also Bader's been awesome.
Yeah.
Bader's been great. And he's a natural center fielder that you can keep in there. I think that they've been moving Castellanos. They obviously haven't right, but they've been able to put Weston Wilson in. It hasn't been great.
Well, that's kind of the thing about Castellanos, though, is that if you are not hitting well and you're objectively a horrific fielder, then why would they
There's no
play?
reason to keep him in.
So that's kind of the point. So he's been slumping. He's complaining about it. Phillies fans hate him now, and we'll see what happens. But he's been really bad. Plus 145, I'll take that. I think it's a good price. So
Yep.
That's my thoughts on that one. But as a Phillies fan, I'm assuming you agree with the idea about maybe playing Bader more and Castellanos less. Just a thought. For now, at least.
They're trying to keep Bader in the lineup as much as they can.
They should. He's been really good.
Yeah, really.
So something to keep in mind.
I mean, you basically, and like Kepler's been better. Like
Yeah.
they have options. And actually, Kepler's been a lot better since they moved him over to right field.
Yeah.
Which is where he naturally plays.
Something to keep in mind. By the way, Philly, we don't have
a Miz prop.
We don't have a Miz prop. I mentioned when it comes to the no hits for Castellanos, he has no hits on Real Muto, that his actual hits allowed prop's 3.5.
Yeah.
We're not betting that. I'm just throwing that out for reference.
Yeah.
But either way. Also, congrats. I saw that your team made a AAA signing over the weekend. Are you excited?
Walker Buehler.
Yeah, you got Walker Buehler, who maybe will turn into a reliever at the end of the year.
Look, I mean, people can say what they want to say, but I was talking about this Joe Dollar. Like, we have the best pitching coach in the league.
Yeah, he can fix it.
Best pitching coach in the league who fixed Taijuan Walker. Like, people can say what they want about Taijuan Walker. Taijuan Walker has a 3.7 ERA. He's an extremely respectable ERA. All of his bad metrics have gone down. Like, he's Caleb Cosman's guys worked with Sanchez, all these guys. All you need to do with Walker is get it so that he is the sixth part of the a rotation. He's also been lights out in the postseason.
I was going to say, even as a bullpen option, he was pretty good in the bullpen for the Dodgers in the World
Series. It's weird because I have a lot of respect for the Red Sox pitching coaching too.
And they gave up on Buehler. They just gave up on him.
Yeah. So. But no, I think it's great. Low risk, high reward. Very low risk.
About right. I don't know if he's even going to appear on the team this year, but he went to AAA.
No, they said they want him so they can play. That he's going to start at AAA.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You want to at least start him somewhere, try to tweak some things with his actual mechanics, and then you'll go from there. So we'll see.
I mean, one of the best catchers in the game, and arguably the best pitching coach. I think it's a great spot.
Yeah, but either way, I wanted to mention that. Anyway, what's going to be your final prop for the card on Monday?
Going to continue to go with some of the no-hit guys that I like. We're going to do Nate Eaton on the Red Sox. No hits. What's his name? I always mess up his name, but I'll do it right now. Who's the guy? He's on Cleveland. He's great. Nesbitt, right? Isn't that him? Messick.
I think so.
Messick's awesome.
Very young pitcher, has no picture on ESPN, but the guy can pitch.
Oh, he can pitch. Red Sox can't hit lefties right now either. Especially a guy who can't hit lefties is Nate Eaton. He's like a Dylan Moore style lefty specialist who can't hit lefties. He should get lifted. So it's pretty much even money for him to not get a hit. He's been terrible also lately. Let me just take a look here. As we're looking at it in his last, I had my K prop up. Let me look at that. This is it. Boston. Nate Eaton, his last 30 plate appearances against lefties. He's got a good BABIP, but his K rate's 27%. His average 192. His last 5 games, Nate Eaton has a batting he is 1 for his last 12. This is either going to void which I don't know. It's either going to void or
I'm the void king. Stop stepping on my turf.
I know, right? Two of my things might void.
I know.
He's either going to void or he's only going to get 2 plate appearances. So give me
I'm
Nate
fine with
Eaton
it.
and not get a hit.
I mean, I like it. You asked me before we went on the show. I'm surprised you didn't do it. It's right up your alley. And I was actually looking at a couple of random Rays players who might be fake players. They have a new guy. I forgot what his name is. Fediducci. Very, very Italian. But I thought Castillo's form was so bad I just couldn't even bother. But I thought about it. There was another NPC guy, Italian NPC, that the Rays did call up recently, and he's not been any good. So I thought about it, but decided not to. Instead, I actually am going to go with the guy that you praised a couple of minutes ago. Same game that I mentioned for the last prop. I'm taking the Taiwan over 5.5 hits allowed at -110.
I think he's going to eat some, given that they have an off day tomorrow.
I think that too. That next running game a couple days ago, game was close yesterday. But the point is, Taiwan, as you mentioned before, has been better lately. That's fine. He doesn't have to get killed. I just want some contact, and we know Milwaukee can deliver contact in spades. But you're looking at -110 here. He's allowed at least 6 hits in 13 of his first 15 road appearances this season. He's been just really bad on the road when it comes to limited contact. We know Milwaukee's incredible in general. But over the past 4 weeks, the Brewers have the 3rd highest WRC plus against righties. So they've been very good against righties, very good at home, as you all know. And on top of that, he faced off against Milwaukee on May 30th, only went 4 innings, gave up 7 hits. So if he goes distance, good enough for me. Could get shelled early. We'll see. Taiwan, though, has been better, so much so that the Phillies might actually let him go some distance, which I approve of in this outing. Yeah. But I do think that 5.5 at -110 is a good price. His earned run props at 2.5 -135. Milwaukee tends to nickel and dime for a bunch of runs. Single here, double here. We'll figure some stuff out. But I see guys getting on base here. Give me Taiwan Walker over 5.5 hits allowed at -110. So, as the resident Phillies fan,
I agree with it. It's also just a good. I have the Brewers run line. I think it's a good Brewers spot.
It's a great spot. Phillies traveling. Milwaukee was very good over the weekend.
Phillies traveled after Sunday Night Baseball.
They lost the game yesterday to Toronto, but offensively they were solid in pretty much all those games. So I like him returning home and getting some hits across against Walker. Yeah. So that's my final prop.
Here, we should search.
I was surprised he was -110. I thought it was going to be like closer to -125, -130. If the earned runs are at 2.5 -135, I figure the hits would be juiced too, because Milwaukee does record a bunch of hits. So I don't know, but I like the odds.
I was looking at some stuff right now, and just don't be mad, don't freak out.
It's fine.
I know you don't want to hear this.
For the platonic anyway, so it's fine.
No. The Rangers are only 2 games out of the wild card.
Oh, that's fun. Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. But here, let me look at. So anyway, I took the Brewers run line. I think that there's crazy value on it being +150 with this spot, especially like with this weird off day tomorrow. But let me just look.
That also means Miz has some insurance, because if he stinks, they can use the bullpen because they have a day off tomorrow. So.
Okay, let me look. I'm just looking at what the series price is here.
I'm assuming Milwaukee will be favored because it's a home series and they're the Brewers. So.
-130. I don't. Let me just see let me just look though, because the Phillies have no off days for a little bit after this. This is a really good time to look at series to bet. It's Miz, Quintana, Peralta.
Well, Peralta's been an absolute wagon for a month and a half, so that's.
I think that this, and then the Phillies go to Miami, and then so I don't. This is probably so -130 is probably really what are the Brewers today? -145.
I could check. It sounds a little bit steep, but then again, the markets hate Taiwan, so it could be 145. I see 155 now.
Okay, so 130 for the Brewers to win the series is actually a really, really great thing. That's a
if you feel good about them winning today, then yes.
I think either way, the math-wise works out.
I'm saying it does work out, but I'm saying the argument is if they win this game, which they're projected to win, and we think they're going to win, you need to win 1 out of the next 2, and you win the series.
Yeah.
So
and you have an off day in there, and the Phillies are notably worse on the road.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to take this on Paul. I just took it.
Okay.
-134 on Paul.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on to the platonic section, RIP DPs. We're working on trying to get something for the NFL. We're going to figure out something.
What do you mean? What do you mean? We're something?
We have platonic props here. We have to come up with a bit for football.
Oh, that'll be fun. So CJ has ladders. I think we could have.
There's a TD pun there, but I feel like that's overblown.
Well, so I talked to Sean about this, but we could continue our partnership with Brazzers and call it, like our fistful of TDs.
I like how we call it a partnership, and they have no idea who we are at this point. Like, there's
I
no partnership
messaged
at
them
all.
on LinkedIn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's you trying to negotiate. There is no partnership, but you're trying to get a sponsor for the show. But yeah, we'll figure something out. Or we have to work on a working title for football. But either way. But
anyway, right now we don't have one. We don't have one, but
no, it's like the EJ's Nito stat of the night, sponsored by nobody. It's like what we got going on right now. For
it's
this
fine,
one.
But we're also like the third most, arguably the third most popular show on the network.
Arguably, but either way, point is, what do you like for platonic? Any home runs? Any strikeouts? Anything crazy?
I also like Baz. I think everybody should start taking unders on Tampa Bay.
That's a good one, Philly. D props. We just take defensive props. I like it.
I mean, we'll have those anyway.
That's what I'm saying. As a name, we could do D props.
D prop. Oh, DPs, D props. I like that. Okay,
that works.
So I think let me just take a look, but I don't know if I hate. A
lot of choices. Well, honestly, a lot of people mentally have switched over to football, by the way, so thank you for sticking with us for baseball.
I mean, I could tell everybody. Should I tell everybody what one of our props is? Should I debut it now?
Yeah, if you want to. That's fine.
David Njoku ladder all the way up to 100 and topping it off with 2 TDs and 100.
Some people argue that Joe Flacco is elite. So
I would just argue that his median in 6 games with David Njoku is 90 yards.
Yeah, it sounds about right. Also, they're going to stink and they play the Bengals, so that might be a high-scoring catch-up.
They're going to be, let me find everybody. Does everybody want a home run? You can find a home run. I don't. Who's going for the White Sox today? Let's see. Bryce Wilson's back. Oh, dude, hold on. Remember him?
Yeah, I do.
He stinks. I think Byron Buxton might be going deep then. It looks like I don't care that he already homered in 2 games. Looks like he might be going again, guys. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah. Oh no, they're saying Savali. Oh, it's not Bryce Wilson. So it's not that. So okay. Anyway, we got to hurry this up because I got to fix my daughter's bike, apparently.
Yeah. So
I got nothing.
Okay, fair enough. Do I have anything? No.
I don't have anything. I'll put it out later.
Okay, there you go. Just keep an eye out for that. But either way, a point is check out the props you're going to post later from either your account, the baby's account, who knows, but there will be some action later on in the day. Anyway, before we get into the best bets and the automatic entry, a reminder they're brought to you by our sponsor, which is Under Fantasy. We're going to build the lineup in a second. We can also use Best Ball happening all summer long. They have Best Ball Mania. And a reminder, you can also check out the prizes there, $1,500 prizes, $2 million for first place. No waiver wire, no trade arguments, and you can also use Underdog for pick'em entries with the 500 times your entry. Brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5, $50 in bonus funds with promo code MLB SGPN. New sponsor, we're brought to you by Novig, which is an exchange.
Oh, nice.
You can check out Novig, America's #1 sports prediction market. Since Novig is an exchange, you'll know you're getting some of the best prices in the market. It's available in 35 plus states. Download the Novig app. $50 when you spend $5. So same promo as Underdog, but once again, different platform. Get $50 when you spend just $5. If you use the promo code SGPN, get on the action with Novig, promo code SGPN. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. We're just going through our props for the card on Monday. Time to move on into our best bets. Adam, what is your best bet on the card?
The Real Muto no hit.
What was the price on that again?
Plus 155.
I like it. Good price.
Yeah.
Good price.
Yeah. I have a feeling he's not gonna play.
So for me, thought about going for the similar play of Castellanos, but I'll switch it up a little bit. Give me Taiwan. I'll take the Taiwan over 5 if it's allowed. Same game. It's minus 110 though, and the price is too good. Milwaukee, we know, is a wagon, especially at home. Bunch of hits. bunch of small ball, good enough for me. Either way, though, Taiwan got killed by this team earlier this year, giving up 7 hits in 4 innings, and he has allowed at least 6 hits in 13 of his first 15 road appearances. He's allowed more than 5.5 hits. See a bad spot for Taiwan. Give me the over 5 hits allowed as my best bet for the show. Now for underdog. Adam, what do you want to do? Do you want to recycle anything, or do you want to build it from scratch?
Let's take a look, guys.
Okay.
I
don't know if you want to use any of the 6 plays that we have for the show.
I like. I don't know. Let me.
We'll figure it out. Just ask.
We'll figure it out. So I like. So Kyle Bradish is going to go again today. I don't necessarily want anything with him. I do like Brian Bello because the Guardians are really dead when it comes to hitting.
That's fine.
So you want to do Brian Bello higher 31.5 fantasy points? That's a dead lineup.
I was going to say, though, I don't know how many strikeouts he actually needs for that to cash.
It's not about strikeouts. He can get the quality start, and it all works.
No, I'm wondering if he wanted his outs instead of the fantasy score, or if you just want to go
because I just think that I'd rather a combination of him. This is a dead. Like,
yeah, it's fine. We can take that. It's fine.
We've been really good when we do those.
Yeah, it's been good. Fantasy score's been good to us. That's fine.
Fantasy score's been good. Do you want to, and on the other side? So, and then what do we like on? I don't mind that Walker. I like that Taiwan Walker higher hits allowed.
That's fine. I wasn't sure if you wanted to straight bet that, but that's
no.
Fine.
I like it because it just takes a load off of some of these other guys as they go into a 6-man rotation.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then Kikuchi's today. Let's see. Bassett's been terrible.
By the way, Nathan, you're saying Red Sox Marlins. They don't play each other. So I'm assuming you meant Red Sox money line with the Marlins under, but it's minus 110. The Red Sox don't play the Marlins. So something to just keep in mind, Nathan.
We want to get freaky and go with the Miz K's because of this how bad this Philly spot.
That's fine.
Oh my god, it's so high. It's 7.
Yeah. I know it was pretty high for a guy that might only go 5.
What do you want to do?
I thought about it. I actually looked into Miz walks, and Philly's not walking as anybody.
They also own a travel spot.
I was going to say I can't bet the lower on the walks though for Miz. So I mean, do you want to go with a no hits guy?
Yeah, let's do Eaton. I really think Eaton is.
Or we could do like having a no.
We can do Cass. Let's do Eaton. I really do. I do like.
That's fine. We can do Eaton. It's all good.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get pinch hit for. Who knows?
Okay. So here's what we got. Brian Bello higher 31.5 fantasy points. Nate Eaton lower 0.5 total bases. Taiwan Walker higher 5.5 hits allowed.
And to be clear, you said that was Bayo higher on the fantasy score.
Yeah. I just think he has a shove game.
Yeah, that's fine. So cool, that works. Payout, we'll figure it out afterwards.
666.
Allegedly.
Yeah, that's fine. Probably.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Anyone's gonna you have anything else you want to add? Actually.
Nope. I'm all good.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for the show. Once again, we'll be back on Wednesday to write down some more props. I'll be back later today to get into the Tuesday games, so keep an eye out for that. Until next time, follow me on Twitter, Raise Radio. Find him on Twitter @HeyRosenberg. And good luck to all of you and all of your bets. Bye, everyone.